Yo guys, it's your boy Fabian back again with another video. It's time for another Eurovision video, and today what we're going to be doing, we're going to be ranking all of the Eurovision winners from the year 2000, and I'm going to be ranking them from 1 to 24. 1 being my favorite, 24 being the least favorite obviously. And look, I'm going to base this just on my preference. I'm not going to say this is like a fact that it was the best one. Obviously it's just my opinion, so feel free to comment below what your opinion is. But before we start, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment below with some more suggestions. I'll try to check it out for you guys as always. But that's enough with the talking, because we have 24 entries to get through, starting off with 24. So in last position, I've got Latvia winning it in 2002. It's Marie N with I Wanna. By the way, I'm going to keep looking over to the right just because I need to see and remember what the names are exactly. But yeah, we've got Latvia from the year 2002. And look, I'm going to be very honest with everyone. These were probably the years, I'll say 2002 was the last year where I didn't watch it because I was too young at that point. Maybe I watched it was on TV, but I can't really remember, so I've had to go back and listen to 2002 and previous. But for me, when I'm just putting this up against everything following 2002, I just don't see it personally. And I'm pretty sure if I was reacting to stuff in 2002, I'll be saying the exact same thing. So yeah, this one was a bit of a, it's not even a bad song per se, but it's just a bit meh. Like, you've got Marie Anne in a white suit just dancing around. I guess there's art to it, I guess, but yeah, I don't know, just the music at times felt a bit musical-esque for me, and yeah, it's just not for me. So yeah, I've got Latvia in last position. So in the 23rd position, I've got Estonia winning it in 2001, and it was Tano Padar, Dave Benton and 2XL with Everybody. And listen, again, I wasn't watching Eurovision properly at these times, but I have listened to the song. And look, I actually don't think this one is a bad one, but I just don't have a connection with it the same way that I have to songs like 2003 onwards. So yeah, not a bad entry, but again, I don't even know what it is, you know. It's kind of the Eurovision entries back then, I don't know how like they performed it live, but the audio just doesn't like hit home like it does nowadays. The quality maybe just wasn't there back then. But yeah, this one just a bit, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, so I have Estonia in 23rd. In 22nd position, I've got Portugal winning it in 2017, and it was Salvador Sobral with Amar Pelos Dois. And look, for me, this one, I don't know why I won it. And I'm gonna be real, the only thing I can think of is he was probably extremely unique, and probably to this day actually, very unique with how he sang. He was like really telling a story with like his facial expressions and like the way he was moving his body. And but look, aside from that, I don't know, like people I've read in the comments, oh, you don't have to speak the language to really understand the song. I don't know about that. For me, this wasn't one of those where like you can feel the lyrics. I don't know, that's just me personally, not my kind of song whatsoever. Very slow, and yeah, a bit bizarre in my opinion. Fair play that they won it, but for me, Portugal 22nd. So in the 21st position, I've got Ukraine winning it in 2016, and it was Jamala with 1944. Personally, I think the song was alright. There was moments that I liked in it, but winner worthy, I'm not sure. It's just one of those where, look, the message is powerful, I guess. So maybe one because of the message. The staging was decent as well with the lighting and whatnot. But I just think, yeah, like, it's better than this, but it is what it is. Obviously, they did win it. Just not my cup of tea. So in 20th position, I've got Russia winning it in 2008, and it was Dima Bilan with Believe. And look, I'll be very honest with you, I think these were the times when you looked at Eurovision and you go, is it a bit political with how they vote? Same kind of countries always competing to try to win it. I don't see why this won it. Yes, was he a talented artist? I'm pretty sure he came back a second time as well, and I think that song was actually better. But yeah, for me, I didn't see, it was a bit too slow. It was that all white clothing, as if we're like watching Backstreet Boys as well. Yeah, it was 2008 to be fair, which is we're getting close to it being 20 years ago. But yeah, for me, I wasn't a big fan of this at the time. I was very disappointed that this actually won at the time. So yeah, compared to the winners we've actually had that we're gonna come to, yeah, I don't see how this won. but fair enough. So in 19th position, I've got Azerbaijan winning it in 2011 with Elle and Nicki with Running Scared. And I'll be very honest with this one, yeah. I actually don't dislike the song. I don't dislike it. But again, if I was reacting to music back in 2011, would I say this is going to win Eurovision? Absolutely not. It's a nice song, but for me, I don't know, it feels a little bit, how can I put it? How can I put this nicely? Like, it feels like I heard this song when I'm on a cruise kind of music. I don't know, like it's the kind of song you put on an advert. Like, I don't know. It's just something about this that was, it's nice, but it's a bit of a dampener of a song. So look, at the time, did I like the song when I heard it? Yes, I did like the song. I do remember liking the song. Did I think, yeah, like I want Azerbaijan to win? No, I didn't. And did I think they should have won it? No, I didn't. So look, nice song, but for me, if I'm ranking it in terms of what's there, like out of all the winners, I don't think it should be high up in my opinion, but feel free to disagree. So in 18th position, we've got Denmark winning it in 2013 with Emily de Forest with Only Teardrops. And actually, this is probably the first one that when I'm looking at my list, because look, I went over this list so many times and I could have changed things, and I did change things quite a few times. This is probably the first one now where there is a chance it could have been higher. But yeah, like, I don't know, just when I listen to this, it's a nice song, and I'm just gonna base it purely when I look at the history of the winners. Me personally, I don't feel as if I've had a connection with this song, you know, and it's not too memorable in my opinion personally. Now, I know this is probably gonna be the one that maybe people are gonna get a little bit annoyed at, but yeah, it's just one of those that I just personally didn't feel too much of a connection with. But look, the chorus was very catchy. I'm pretty sure they had drums as well there, which was nice as well. And look, if this was released now, or if I was reacting to music in 2013, I'd actually really like this one, to be honest. But again, in terms of a winner, right, when I'm doing this ranking, I'm kind of like ranking it against the other winners. You get me? I'm not ranking it to the songs they competed against that year necessarily. So yeah, when it comes to the ranking of the winners, Denmark gets this position. So in 17th position, I've got Austria winning it in 2014 with Conchita Wurst with Rise Like a Phoenix. And look, vocally very good. And actually, I see why this won it that year, to be honest. And I remember watching it, I was like, yeah, I see why it won. However, right, I'll be very honest with you, was it one of my favorite songs, or like one of the most memorable songs? The song itself? No, it wasn't. I'm gonna be real, and I'm always real on this channel, right? I think, yeah, because you got to remember, this was 11 years ago now, and the world was a very different place compared to where it was now. I think, yeah, personally, the shock factor of Conchita Wurst as an artist is probably what made Conchita really stand out. You get me? And add to the fact that vocally was very good. I think, yeah, like that's one of the reasons why Conchita won. To be honest with you, why Austria won. Now, if this was Austria's, if they sent this in maybe this year or the year before, do I think it wins? No, I don't. So look, it's not a bad song, but I just think, like with Ukraine, for example, at times, or like I mentioned with Russia in terms of political voting, I feel like there's extenuating circumstances that made Conchita win here as well. So yeah, for me, it gets this position. In 16th position, I've got Israel winning it in 2018 with Netta Toy. For me, personally, very catchy song. Very catchy song, and in terms of how catchy it was and how unique and different it was, I can see why she won that year. However, for me, again, I was watching it, I was like, you see, if you don't watch Eurovision, and you've got a big chunk here of people who don't watch Eurovision because of how cheesy it is and how like what the hell is going on here when you turn the TV on, this for me, I would be one of those, because you're looking at it and you're going, she starts off by acting like a chicken. You get me? And I don't know, like even the lyrics, you stupid boy, like it's cat, I don't know. For me personally, I see why she won. But would I like want her to win, or like to win a music competition? No, personally no. So yeah, for me, in terms of a worthy winner, probably should be higher, because I see why she won that year. But am I happy with this being a winner when it comes to like a music competition? Not necessarily. And is it one of those that I really loved and I connected with? Not really. So yeah, that's why she gets this position. Then 15th position, I've got Serbia winning it in 2007, and it's Maria Serifovic. And look, for me personally, I'll be completely honest, this was one of those songs where, did I really like it at the time? No. Was it a worthy win at the time? No. However, looking back and listening to it again, I think there's something, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's Eurovision winning worthy personally, but someone who listens to Balkan music all the time, I think when I hear it, I personally like the song more than I did at that age. It's one of those, the older you get, the more you like it, you get me? And I'm talking about the chorus, because the rest of it, not too memorable, but the chorus is actually quite, it's quite nice, to be honest with you. So yeah, I couldn't put it any higher than this, just because, am I in love with this song? No. Did I want it to win? No, because which wasn't in love with the song. But would it go any lower? Potentially, if you're gonna start bringing in like Israel, like I mentioned already, or Denmark. And this is why I said earlier in the video, I changed things around like a few times, and listen, if I filmed this on another day, that ranking could have changed. But yeah, Serbia gets this position. So in 14th position, we got Ukraine winning it in 2022, and it was Kalush Orchestra with Stefania. And look, I actually really like this song, and I actually predicted it was gonna win. But again, as much as I like this song, and I can see why it won it, and for me, it was a worthy winner, in the sense of like, you're not disappointed that it won it, even if you didn't want it to win, just because it's a nice song, right? And it had a lot of like different layers to it, different aspects to it, switched up the traditional feel in terms of the instruments and whatnot, right? But for me, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it as it is again. I can't hide away from the fact that no one can, that this came at the perfect time for Ukraine in terms of winning a music competition. I think personally, in my opinion, they could have probably put forward anything and they probably would have won it this year, just because of things that happened in the world at that time. So again, fair play, they won it. And I think you can't really hate too much in terms of the song, but I just think there's extenuating circumstances, and I can't put it any higher than that, just because I think there's better songs, if I'm being completely honest with you. But yeah, I do like the song though. So in 13th position, we got Switzerland winning it last year, which was 2024, and it was Nemo the Code. And again, worthy winner. Personally, I would have had Croatia winning it last year. I think that song was incredible, and I think majority of people did want it to win in terms of the public. But I think that when you bring jury in, I can see why Switzerland won it. Again, I like the song, but at the end of the day, I think it's one of those, when you look at the winners from the year 2000 until now, there's half of the songs that are better, but there's half of the songs that are worse. And that's why for me, it goes bang in the middle. And yeah, not much more to be said. It was a nice song. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I see why it won, but just, yeah, just bang in the middle for me. So in 12th position, and this might surprise a few people based on what I said earlier in the video, but I've got Denmark winning it in the year 2000, which is Fly on the Wings of Love. And look, I don't remember this at the time, because like I said, I was too young, wasn't watching Eurovision, to my recollection anyway. But I will say this song, yeah, is a classic. It's a classic, and to this day it's been remade. You've got the clubby version that everyone knows, probably more than this, but this is where it originated from. And for me, this is one of those songs that it comes down to it being, because of how it's been remade and stuff through the years, it's one of those songs that stands out. It's a legendary one from Eurovision. So in the 11th position, we have Sweden winning it in 2023, Loreen Tattoo. And look, again, by the end of the competition, worthy winner. Personally, I wanted Finland to win, but I was more than happy with Sweden winning it this year. But look, personally, again, if I'm gonna rank it in terms of all the winners and what I prefer, when I'm talking about what I prefer, I'm talking about the music, but also the feeling it gives me. You get me? Some are going to be here for nostalgic reasons as well. And look, when you compare to some songs that are still to come in this list, I just personally couldn't put Loreen Tattoo higher. So yeah, let me know if you agree. Some people might disagree with this, because I think some people might think this is one of the best ones or top 3, top 5, whatever. But for me, this is where I've got Sweden. So now we're into the top 10, and in 10th position, I've got Norway winning it in 2009 with Alexander Rybak with Fairy Tale. And look, this is one of the all-time classics, one of the legendary entries when it comes to Eurovision. And this one, if people complain about where I've put it in 10th, I can understand why, to be honest with you. But again, this one for me could be higher, probably should be higher, but just when I look at it, the other entries, there's songs in there still to come that I just like a little bit more, and for me, just a little bit more legendary than this one. So yeah, Fairy Tale, incredible entry, and very it was very obvious this was gonna win that year, and I think won it like by a mile. But yeah, him and his violin and just the music, yeah, just brilliant entry. And I know I've annoyed people with this one, but I've got him in 10th. So in 9th position, I've got Germany winning it in 2010. It was Lena with Satellite. And for me, the second I heard this one, I knew it was gonna win that year. And for me, again, one of the legendary tracks, and I absolutely love this one. Love, oh love, I gotta tell you how I feel about it. Banger. Absolute banger. I really liked it. I liked the way she went about that performance as well. Like, it was very much like, I don't know, you know when you watch like New Girl, just an innocent girl just doing her thing, looked like she was confident but not confident at the same time, just very shy, very humble, just picked up a microphone, like just sang and danced her way through it. And yeah, for me, very different. And Germany hasn't recovered since, if we're being completely honest with you. So yeah, for me, Lena in 9th. So in 8th, I have the Netherlands winning it in 2019 with Duncan Lawrence, Arcade. And again, people might think this should be higher up, and it probably should. But again, it's one of those where other songs I just connected to a little bit more, but this one went super viral. And you know what, fair enough. Like, that chorus was very catchy, and you know what, absolutely a worthy winner. I can't really complain about the song, to be honest with you. Now, this is the part of the video where I'm ranking the top like 10, the top 8 now, whatever. And here it becomes a bit more of like, just what do I like a little bit more, or am I a bit nostalgic with this certain song, or is this one of my favorites of all time, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think when it comes to like the top 10 now, I think everyone probably has a different ranking, and that's fair enough. But yeah, that's where I've got Duncan Lawrence. So in 7th, I have Ukraine winning it in 2004 with Ruslana Wild Dances. And for me, this is one of my favorites of all time when it comes to Eurovision. 2003 was actually when I started, like, where I can really remember. From 2003 onwards, that's when I started sitting down every year watching Eurovision. And for me, yeah, I really enjoyed this one. The music, the outfits, the way it switched up, the dancing, just everything. This one felt a bit like cave woman, caveman vibes, and yeah, absolutely loved this one. And I think everyone loved this at the time. And yeah, for me, probably again could be higher. But yeah, it is what it is. This is what I've placed her. Absolutely love this one though. So yeah, Ukraine get 7th. In 6th position, we've got Turkey winning it in 2003 with Sertab Erener with Every Way That I Can. And again, like I said, this is probably now where the nostalgia kicks in for me, because yeah, this was the year where I can remember properly. And look, considering my background as well, I'm not Turkish, but my background, we kind of like this kind of music, you get me? So yeah, I really like this one. Chorus, very catchy. The music, very much of a Turkish feel to it. I absolutely love Turkish music as well. And yeah, this one very memorable, elegant as well, how it was done. And yeah, this is why it's 6th for me. Is there better songs that I've put further down? Probably, to be fair, but now nostalgia kicks in. Okay, so now we've got the top 5, and in the 5th position we have Italy winning it in 2001 with Maneskin. And for me, yeah, this was an incredible entry. Absolutely love Maneskin. It was the start for them to get on to like bigger things, and they've absolutely smashed it since then. This performance actually got 111 million views. Listen, clear winner. And yeah, absolutely love this vibe, man. Like rock vibe, absolutely love rock music as well. They were just so carefree, do you know what I mean? They just didn't care. And I don't know, man, just the way they went about things. Like, they went up on stage, sang, had a great time, won it, went up on stage again. Looked like it was so carefree. Like, they just kind of like just oozed confidence, knew they were good and that they could win it and they deserved to win it. And yeah, for me, based on this one, isn't nostalgia obviously, but for me this one is just, the song was banging, the vibes were in place, and I just liked how carefree they were. They just didn't care at all. So yeah, for me, Italy and Maneskin in 5th place. So in 4th position, we have Sweden winning it in 2015 with Mans Zermello with Heroes. And for me, again, one of the best tracks we have seen when it comes to Eurovision. Just the way it was done, honestly, it was incredible. The vibe of the song, the chorus was catchy, and this was probably, from what I can remember, the first time where we had seen this kind of like interactive staging, where you had like the drawed little boy in the background as well. It was just so creative, and for me, it's just a memorable entry, and I think most people probably put this in their top 5. So yeah, it takes 4th for me, just because it's not as nostalgic as the ones I'm about to say. But yeah, I think Sweden Heroes gets 4th position because unbelievable entry. Alright, so we have the top 3 now, and in 3rd place we have Greece winning it in 2005 with Helena Paparizou with My Number One. It doesn't get number 1 for me, it takes 3rd place. But you know what, it's that high up just because the chorus was unbelievable. You are the one, you're my number one. Unbelievable song, and very nostalgic for me. The way she done it as well, very classy. Like, it was just, I don't know, it's one of those that I think everyone remembers. It's one of those entries that everyone remembers, even if you didn't want her to win. So yeah, one of my favorites of all time when it comes to Eurovision, and it takes 3rd place for me. We are down to 2, and 2nd place now is Sweden winning it in 2012. Loreen, Euphoria, the first time she won it, she's won it twice, and again, absolutely incredible entry. Euphoria, banging, absolutely banging. And this was the time where she kind of, from what I remember, introduced herself to Europe, and very like, just fair play her winning it, because it was very much deserved. Unbelievable track, and that's probably why I put Tattoo a little bit lower, just because she went twice, won it twice, and if I'm comparing the two, I think the first one was better. My personal opinion, but I actually really like Tattoo as well. But unbelievable entry. She went on this stage, absolutely dominated the whole thing. Her with her outfit, just the style that she had as well. I think she was barefoot as well, and just the moves where she was like doing that twinkle toe thing, moving side to side. And yeah, unbelievable entry. And for me, Euphoria, Loreen, Sweden gets 2nd. Okay, so we have come down to number 1, the winner and the best entry in the last 24/25 years, in my opinion, when it comes to Eurovision. The best winner, in my opinion, since the year 2000 is Finland winning it in 2006 with Lordi, Hard Rock Hallelujah. And I've mentioned this for years now, this is my favorite entry probably in the whole of Eurovision. I absolutely love it. The chorus, unbelievable. Absolutely, like, just this song, yeah, everything about it was very unique, and we still haven't found anything like this to this day, in my opinion. The look, right, just the costumes, like, just the way they done it, like, I don't know, like, it was just, it's unbelievable. I still listen to this song now. Like, I was in the gym yesterday and I played it, you get me? So for me, the chorus, rock and roll angels, bring down hard rock, banging, absolutely banging. And yeah, Finland, Lordi takes number 1 for me. We haven't seen anything since then, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to get anything like Lordi again. So yeah, Finland, Lordi, Hard Rock Hallelujah gets number 1. But that's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Comment below if you agree, if you disagree, what your ranking would be. I'm gonna do this kind of thing a little bit more often. I've got a couple more videos coming up. I'm gonna be ranking the last positions in the last 24-25 years. I'm gonna be ranking all the countries that came in 2nd as well. So yeah, let me know if you like this video, and keep a lookout for those videos to come. But I'm gonna wrap things up. Make sure you keep yourself safe out there. Have a good day, have a good evening, and until next time, guys, I hope you have a good one.